Hey howdy hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're fans of the channel, you would know that when it comes to dev studios, especially AAA studios, there is none I put higher on my list of companies I love more than Bungie. Bungie is responsible for making the greatest FPS series of all time, which is Halo. They also brought us the absolutely beautiful Destiny series. But before that, Bungie made a game called Marathon back in 1994 that ran from 94 to 96. TLDR, the game was essentially Halo before Halo came out. Guys, I'm happy to announce that Bungie revealed to the world during the PlayStation Showcase that Marathon is making a return after nearly 30 years. I have all of the details as to why you should be absolutely excited, but before we get into it, and if it ain't too much to ask, if you watch till the end of the video and you like what you seen, then consider hitting that sub button for more content like this. Okay? Let's get into it. Like I said, Bungie showed off the trailer for their upcoming title Marathon during PlayStation Showcase on the 24th of May. I'm gonna loop the trailer while I talk about the game, so I hope you don't mind. Marathon is taking a different direction from the older games in Bungie's arsenal, and it's going to be an FPS extraction arcade shooter set in a futuristic timescape. I'm gonna assume it's gonna play much like Halo or Destiny, but of course mixed with extraction game elements. If we could get guns that function like Destiny's and maps that are laid out like Halo's, Bungie would absolutely dominate with this title. The in-depth details about this game though kind of remain unknown because the game is still in very early stages of development. Marathon's GM Scott Taylor told GamesRadar, quote, "There's still a lot of work to do before launch or even before we're ready to talk about the game in more detail." End quote. He also added on that when the game gets closer to launch, we will see more and more gameplay come out, hopefully giving longtime fans of the company and Bungie's prior work a game that everyone is proud of. However, what we do know about the gameplay and the gameplay loop is this. You'll play as a runner venturing into the unknown areas of the planet Tau Ceti 4 to fight other players and AI-controlled enemies to secure loot and valuable resources, all of which you'll be able to reinvest into your character if you manage to survive long enough to extract. Game director Christopher Barrett teases that Bungie wants, quote, "to make sure players have tons of strategic choices, both in terms of the gear available and their loadouts, but also on the ground in terms of tactical options, entrance and exfil points, and so on," end quote. Barrett further elaborated on that by saying that there are going to be a plethora of ways to win in Marathon other than surviving and extracting. So variety within this game, giving people many options of achieving victories is great because if you look at a game like Tarkov or Hunt Showdown, they really only have one way of winning, and that's get in and get the fuck out. Barrett elaborates further on the previous claim by saying, quote, "One of the ways we're addressing this is by making the core fantasies of survival and extraction fun, clear, and easy to understand. We want people to quickly understand fundamentals like healing or oxygen or how to organize their gear. After all, if they get those things intuitively, there's much more room for tactical thinking and creativity. You know, it's our job to create the fun and the fantasy, not the busy work and tedium." So with all of that being said, and yes, the game sounds absolutely incredible, but for some of y'all this is gonna shit in your Cheerios because the game is going to be multiplayer only. I don't see it as much of a big deal, to be quite honest. I'm a multiplayer head at heart. I love my single player titles, don't get me wrong, but multiplayer is just where I shine the most. GamesRadar reported that the game would, quote, "take place on the mysterious planet of Tau Ceti 4. The world is deserted, abandoned by the 30,000 souls who once called it home. Players will engage solo or in crews of 3, searching for mysterious alien artifacts, as well as for valuable loot and new weapons and gear that they can add to their collection. Marathon will be full of persistent, evolving zones where players create their own journey with every run they take," end quote. Scott Taylor confirmed that even though Bungie is now an asset of Sony's, Marathon would be releasing on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and the PC, mainly because they want everyone to experience this game and want to maximize its potential in the gaming market. The game will also feature cross-saving and cross-platform play. They also did this with Destiny 2 and it paid dividends for the company, so I'm glad to see them doing it with this title as well. Here are my thoughts, guys. Stay fucking glued to this game if you are a fan of extraction shooters, because I see this game being a huge successor to Bungie's other creative pieces they've done. Another legendary title to add to the collection of games Bungie has already made. We have all known for a very long time that Bungie is known to make very good fucking video games. These guys made Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach. They also made Destiny 1, Destiny 2, and pretty much every DLC for both of those games. Now, I know that they won't be able to officially tie anything from Halo over into this game, but you know one game that they can do that with? Destiny. And Destiny has some of the most deep and forever expanding lore I have ever seen in a video game. Who knows, maybe at some point the two universes are going to collide with one another. Seeing elements of Halo in Destiny as far as gameplay mechanics go may actually make this game stand out from every other extraction shooter you have on the market today. Tarkov is your over-exaggerated milsim shooter. Hunt Showdown is your western zombie shooter. The Cycle Frontier is about as far as you can get from a good game as possible. So I think with this game stepping into the extraction shooter market, this will set it apart from a lot of other games around it. And I really hope it does. We all know that Bungie can make phenomenal games, and them taking a step in the extraction shooter genre is already a big enough risk as it is. And I know the reputation for releasing DLCs with Destiny 2 has been spotty at best. But you gotta remember, these guys made games that sold platinum levels on the Xbox 360. And once they booted Activision from their creativity department, they dropped one of the best DLCs for Destiny of all time, which was the Witch Queen. And it made them the absolute most money they had ever made on Destiny 2 since its release. They are not out of good ideas. Their gun mechanics and gameplay have always been top notch in my opinion. Even for arena shooters, the shit has just been really fun to play. And I feel like if we get some of that arcadey goodness into an extraction shooter, this will set it apart, like I said, from everybody else, and it will actually be enjoyable. I don't really see anything bad happening with this title unless Bungie decides to can the title or fuck up the gameplay entirely. But I don't think that they'll do that. Call me biased, I don't care, kiss my ass, whatever. I'm gonna cover every single aspect of the game here on this channel as well, so if you watched all the way to the end and you like what you've seen, then hit that sub button, that like button, and welcome back that notification bell for more content like this. And as always, my name is Redbeard Mortis. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you guys in the next one, but until then, I am fucking out of here.